So it looks like the grand jury involving the Ricky Boyd case will not indict the police officers that was involved in shooting Ricky Boyd to death on January the 23rd, as they were serving him a warrant for the murder of Balil Whitfield. Now, the 19 local grand jurors determined that the officers involved were justified in their use of deadly force. Now, the makeup of the members of the grand jury were 10 females, 9 males, and the racial makeup is 9 Caucasians, 9 Africans, and 1 Hispanic. But because the grand jury had a lot of information to review, including the 32 witnesses who testified, reading tape statements from witnesses who declined to testify in person, body camera video, and pictures. It also included GBI crime lab testimony and a live demonstration by the GBI to break down what happened. Officers were on the scene to serve an arrest warrant on January the 23rd related to the murder of Balil Whitfield a few days earlier on January the 21st. The grand jury heard testimony from the lead investigator in that case. The investigator stated that Boyd and a family member planned to rob Balil Whitfield during a marijuana sale. Boyd and the other family member entered the back seat of Whitfield's car. Boyd's family member sat behind Whitfield in the back seat. He was armed. And what it also says in this document, I'm not going to say everything that's on this document. I'll just link that in the description box if you want to read the whole document for yourselves. But there was another guy in the car as well, in the passenger seat, that was with Balil Whitfield. And Balil Whitfield was in the driver's seat, and another guy that was in the passenger seat in the front was a guy by the name of Armand Green. Now it's been stated that Boyd's family member shot Balil Whitfield in the back of the head and in the face, and both Boyd and his family member fled the scene. And another witness described one of the persons who fled dropping his cell phone. The cell phone was recovered by police and determined that it belonged to Boyd. The family member gave a taped statement to the GBI that Boyd stated that he lost his cell phone on January the 21st, the day of the murder, and he had been acting odd since that day. And the Boyd family attorney, Will Claiborne, on Thursday said that a large number of questions remain unanswered by the grand jury findings, but they said the family is encouraged by a second pending investigation by federal officials. Like I said, I put the link for the court document in the description box because I'm not going to read everything that it says. A lot of stuff that I repeated on in the previous videos, but mainly just the new information that Balil Whitfield was killed not by Boyd, but by Boyd's family member. Who is that family member? They're not releasing that name just yet. So was Ricky Boyd 100% innocent? As what the GBI reports is reporting, it seemed like he wasn't innocent as what he looked out to be at first. Man, it's just a crazy situation. All this stuff that unfolded behind this whole situation, the murder of Balil Whitfield and the murder of Ricky Boyd, and that death caused another death of a 15-year-old boy. And this ain't even over yet, you know. There's still more that has to be answered, and I'm pretty sure the Boyd family will look for a civil lawsuit in this case, maybe a wrongful death lawsuit. But the information that I just received, that it wasn't Ricky Boyd that actually shot Balil Whitfield, it was the family member. It sparked some different questions, even though he was guilty of being there at the scene of the crime. Because, like I said, if you're at the location where somebody dies and you helped or aid the criminal in that case, then I mean you're pretty much done in that situation. But you know, I really wanted to wait on doing this type of video because I was trying to get in contact with the mother of Ricky Boyd to really get her side of the story, but I couldn't get any contact. You know, just sometimes people don't want to talk to me, and I understand. But you know, if there's any other information about this, I'll let you know as well. But definitely hit that description box because there's more information that I won't repeat on. Just in case if you haven't seen the videos, just click that description box. I'll link all those videos that I covered that has to do something with Balil Whitfield and Ricky Boyd in the link in the description box. Oh, and also in the situation, I know you probably figuring, well, when I first reported this story, it said that a police officer was shot during the exchange of gunfire. Well, it just so happened that how the police officer was shot was because of police had, when they were shooting at Ricky Boyd, the bullets ricocheted from the house and actually struck the police officer, even though it said it hit the officer multiple times. You know, when a bullet hit something, especially like concrete or especially brick, those things bounce, and they bounce hard, and they bounce in any direction. Fortunately, it hit the police officer. And another thing I want to say about the situation, well, how they figured that the police were justified in the shooting, because in the video, which I'm not going to put the video of him being shot by police in this video, but if you want to see that, I'll link that too in the description box. But I'm not going to put that in this video because, for one, the footage of the body cam is like, man, it looked like it was shot off a Nokia phone, like a early 2000 model. Like the footage or the quality of the video is very low quality. If you want to find that video, it's in the description box. Just click on it and you'll see. But in the video, you'll see that Ricky Boyd comes out of the house, and it looks like in his arms he's holding something, or he's brandishing something, and pretty much 8 officers open fire on him. And the only thing I have to say about that is the biggest fear that police have is your hands. You know, they fear your hands, you know, your hand movement. Always have your hands in clear sight of the police officers, because that's the biggest fear. The biggest fear is you putting your hands in your pocket, and you putting your hands behind your back, and you know, you might have something that the police don't know, and the police aren't going to call your bluff, whether you have a real gun or a fake gun or a BB gun. You know, the police ain't going to call your bluff. The police ain't going to see, oh, let's see if he'll shoot first and see what he has. You know, the police aren't going for that. The police are liable to shoot you first and ask questions later. And it's still an unfortunate situation that happened. You know, all this could have been avoided from the jump, you know, but you know, who am I to tell people what to do in the streets? But any other updates for this, I'll let y'all know as well. But you know, like I said, I don't think this is it for the Ricky Boyd family. I see a potential civil lawsuit, possibly a wrongful death lawsuit against the Savannah police. Who knows if she'll win that either. And in my last piece of news, a Savannah police officer was killed early morning this Friday morning on Interstate I-16, right around 3:20 a.m. Friday morning. His name was Anthony Christie. He came from the U.S. Navy. He was a veteran. He was hired by the police department in 2015 and completed the academy in 2016, according to officials. And also, he leaves behind a wife. He was assigned to the Central Precinct, and that he was struck by a semi-truck or tractor trailer on I-16 early in the morning, and it's been holding up traffic for quite some time, just clearing up that accident. I believe they got it almost cleared up now, but if you're on I-16, well, by the time this video goes up, the wreck should be clear. But I-16 is a dangerous road. I did a video about that last year, about how dangerous I-16 is to drive on from Savannah to Macon. So definitely just keep your eyes on the road, man. And you know, it's a tough week for police officers. Seems like you know, you're dealing with a lot of things in the media as far as police shootings and police deaths. So I guess it's not easy being a police officer. That's all the news right now. If there's any other updates about this or any other news that I talked about in this week or even previous weeks, I'll let y'all know as well. But that's all for right now. It's Pac-Man Jones for Savannah Seaport News, and stay blessed, Seaport.